Welcome back to the embedded system class. In previous session, I have discussed serial communication ports, UART, SPI and I2C. In this session, I am going to explain about CAN and USB controllers. So first of all, why we need communication means we need to communicate between two devices. To share the data with other embedded system, we are connected to a network. To interact with other system for sharing the data, to send or receive data to other embedded system. So for all these we need to communicate. So in most of the embedded systems we use serial communication protocols. So there are different types of serial communication ports: UART, I2C, SPI, CAN, USB, wire interface, Ethernet, infrared. In previous lecture, I explained about UART, I2C, SPI buses. In this lecture, I am going to explain about CAN and USB. Right? So CAN controller. CAN is nothing but controller area network. So the CAN controller is rapidly growing in popularity among engineers who work with high-level industrial embedded system. It is a high-level embedded system protocol. The protocol was developed by Robert Bosch in 1986 to help further the development of electronic communications in automobile industries. So mainly CAN protocols are used in automobiles. So CAN controller is a serial bus. As I explained earlier, it is a serial bus for interacting microcontrollers and other devices to communicate with each other in application without a host system. The major difference between previous communication protocols, serial communication protocols like UART, I2C, SPI, these three systems, we need a host system. Whereas in CAN controller, every block acts as a host system and every block acts as there is no one host. Every block is a master. So the CAN bus has a serial line which is bidirectional and supports data transmission at a maximum rate of 1 Mbps. So the data rate of CAN controller is 1 Mbps. So it is a bidirectional device. So the CAN bus is widely used in automobiles, medical electronics and electric and industrial plants controllers. An automobile uses number of distributed embedded controllers like engine controller, brake controller, dashboard display controller, transmission controller. So all lot of blocks in automobiles. To synchronization and to communicate between these three, so we need a CAN controller. So this is the architecture of CAN bus. So every block is nothing but a master block. So CAN serial bus data speed is 1 Mbps and it is a multicast, multi-master and auto retransmission of errorless data. So in this protocol, they introduced one more feature, which is nothing but CRC. So we can send whatever the data we have sent, we can check whether the receiver has received the data correctly or not. So using CRC, we can check. It is a single bus. So all the devices are connected to this bus, right? So it is a multicast and multi-master device. So CAN is a multi-master serial bus standard for connecting electronic control units called all the nodes. So what is electronic control unit means? For example, in a car we have different electronic control units like brake system, engine control system, lightning control system and hand clutch, airbag system. So different types of electronic control units there. So all these are called as nodes. So all those nodes are connected to a single bus, which is nothing but a CAN. It is a asynchronous full duplex communication device. So all the blocks are acts as masters. Each node can send the data bits as a data frame. The data frame always starts with 1 and ends with 7 zeros. There are minimum 3 bit frame gap between two frames. So because we connect more number of masters to the CAN bus, so each node's data frame is separate. So in between two frames, minimum 3 bit interframe gap is required. So mainly the CAN bus data frame is as shown. It has 6 fields, right? 12 bit arbitration mode bits, 6 bits for control bits, and 0 to 64. We can send 0 to 64 bits data. So and 16 bits for CRC, cyclic redundancy code, 2 bits for acknowledgement, whether the receiver received the data or correct or not, we can check here, and 7 bits for end. So mainly 6 fields. So those fields are, first field is 12 bit arbitration field. It consists of 11 bit destination address. So all the nodes address are stored in terms of 11 bits to identify the device to which the data is to be transmitted or received, and 1 bit RTR bit. It is very important. So RTR is also known as remote transmission request, to specify whether the data is to be transmitted. If it is 1, then data is transmitted or received from the identified device at the destination. If RTR bit is 1, then that device transmit the data. If the RTR bit is 0, then the device receive the data. So next, second field is control field. So control field bits are 6 bits. Out of 6 bits, first bit is identifier extension, and second bit is always 1. Last 4 bits consist of control field, or these are control field or code for data length. So in between transmitter and receiver, how much of bits we are transmitted, so either 6 bit or 4 bits or 32 bits or 64 bit. So it consists, it will give the information regarding data length. So next, third field is nothing but 16 bit CRC field, cyclic redundancy field. So using this we can detect the errors and we can correct the errors. And fourth field is acknowledgement field. So using this field we can check whether the receiver received the correct data or not. So data transmission occurs between transmitter and receiver, right? Two devices are there. If the sending device sends 1 and receiver device sends 0, then it is, the data is error. The data has errors, right? So the sender will resend the data. So if it receives, so the sender sends 1 and receiver sends 1, when both the signals are 1, then the receiver received the correct data. So next field is nothing but 7 bit end of the frame. Always this end of the frame is 7 zeros, right? This is about CAN controller. So CAN controller is introduced by Robert Bosch in 1986, and it is a asynchronous full duplex communication device. So mainly it is used in automobiles. The data frame of CAN controller consists of 6 fields: arbitration field, data field, and control field, acknowledgement field, and 7 bits for end of the frame. So next communication bus is, serial communication bus is USB. We all know that USB is universal serial bus. right? It is a high speed serial bus for data communication between host system and peripherals. It is mainly used for communication between host system and peripherals. So these are the features of USBs. So it is to plug and play. So whenever we transfer the data, whenever we want to receive the data, we need to connect, plug and play. So it is a self configuring. So it itself knows whether it is a storage device or we need to transfer the data. So and it is hot swapping. So we can change, plug and unplug without rebooting. Every time it is not necessary to reboot that device. Next one is small devices can be powered directly from the USB interface. So using a USB cable, we can charge our mobile phone, right? So using our computer or our laptop, using a USB cable, we can charge directly to small devices like smartphones. So easy to use, right? We can connect up to 127 different physical devices using a single cable, and these are all very low cost cables and connectors. So uses, it connects peripheral devices such as digital cameras, keyboards, printers, scanners, media device, modem, joysticks, external hard drives and flash memory cards. So these are the different types of bandwidth we use USBs. So USB 1.1, USB 2.0, USB 3.0. So in USB 1.1 we can the speed is very low, nearly 1.5 bits per second. So most in laptops we use USB 2.0. It is very high speed and data transfer per bit is for 480 megabits per second. USB 3.0, nowadays they introduced USB 3.0. So it is very high speed and we can transmit 4800 megabits per second. There are two types of USB cables are there, type A and type B. So this is both types are connected. Connectors contain 4 pins. So every USB contains 4 pins: ground pin, VCC pin, plus D and minus D. So type A is a flat. So type B is like this. So in this we use 4 lines, right? VCC, ground, D minus, D plus. So we internally connect red cable for VCC 5 volts and white cable for data minus, green cable for data plus and black cable for ground. So mainly 4 shields wires are there, as I explained now. 4 shield wires are there, 2 for power plus 5 for red wire, ground we use black wire, 2 for differential data signals labeled as D plus and D minus. So write D plus white wire and for D plus green wire and D minus we use white. So types of data transfer using USB. So there are different types of data transfers. We can transfer the data in following. We can control data control transfer USB by used by USB system software to configure and issue commands. Second one is like synchronous transfer. So interrupt transfer, bulk transfer. So we can send bulk data using USB cables, use it to send block of data to a device. Example, fill transfer, it supports error checking and correction. So and in interrupt transfer, used for transferring small amount of data. It make use of polling technique to see whether the USB device has and data to send. Devices like mouse, keyboards which transfer small amount of data uses interrupt transfer. These are the 4 types of data transfer using USB: control transfer, synchronous transfer, interrupt transfer, and bulk transfer. So these two are different types of communication ports. Thank you so much.